and welcome to the Downright Dense podcast. We are your host, Louis Cooper.
Sam the Banterman. And
Tristan. The other one.
the last one of the three.
Yeah.
The last one of the three that no one remembers.
I'm not so worried about my name being taken out because I've realised that how many people I watch on the internet have their full names
Yeah, that's
registered.
true. That's true.
But, yeah. Welcome to episode 6, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
This is
Or
Sunday.
episode 3 remastered.
Yeah.
What? Free?
Yeah, episode 3 remastered.
I can't even keep.
This is like the
keep tracking.
remastered version, isn't it?
We've done episode 3. Oh, yeah. Yeah, episode 3. I was wrong. Yeah. Oh, my God. Where do we start?
Oh my god, yeah, we've done 2 already, haven't we? Jesus Christ. Time flies.
Yeah, I know we did.
Why do we start? Well, there's a...
Someone just drops them in, and we'll just go with it.
Do the originals count as pilots, or do they just count as an actual full-fledged series?
I guess they could count as a teaser series.
Yeah. I mean, that was last year, and we never went into the new year. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing that is a separate series.
Yeah.
Shut up, phone.
What we can start off with is the British people trying to ban the Trumpster from entering the UK. That's something.
Yeah.
That's something pretty cool.
That's been brought back. I remember they were talking about that earlier last year, and I was like,
Yeah.
who
So,
really?
so,
I don't
so,
know
so
anything
you
about
know.
that. And what was it? Trump said, "Oh, let's ban people entering from Somalia."
Yeah, he basically said
Iraq, Iran.
Yeah, basically,
Some-
if you're in a country that's not America, fuck you. Basically, that's what he said, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't ironically say anything about China so far.
Yeah,
He hasn't said anything about them yet.
that is
No,
true.
I don't know. Oh well, he probably has no interest in anymore because they might
No.
all choke and die from their own pollution.
China.
That's probably what he wants to happen.
It's pretty
that's
bad
what
there with
might
pollution,
happen
isn't
to
it?
him. Because
Hopefully.
he's going to get all his own factories and push them out from other countries, which is in a way a good thing anyway. And then
Yeah.
he's going to choke his own city. I mean, not city, country.
Just
Yeah.
the city of America.
The city of the United States.
But yeah, no, I thought that was pretty fucking amazing. That Britain were like, you know what? You're gonna ban everyone. We're gonna ban you from coming to the UK. How about that? And it's already gotten over I think probably over 500,000 signatures by now.
Oh yeah,
Last
had
time I
over
checked, it was
500,000.
360 or something.
Yeah, but yeah, last
I
time.
checked.
Yeah.
I checked a little bit ago, and it was pretty high.
Yeah, last time I saw it, it was on 460 something, I think.
I'll just check
Jesus
now, actually.
Christ.
But yeah, people really don't want the Mr. Trump Peruni to come to the UK, which I can
I mean, I don't
understand.
understand exactly why, because what's he going to do? Is he going
No,
to
they just want
what
to
is
sort of.
invade us or something?
No, I
secretly?
don't. I think it's just sort of to rub it in his face, like how fucking dumb it is. Like, because he's saying, "Oh, I don't want any Muslim people to come to my country because, well, they're Muslims, so yeah, I'll ban them."
Isn't that defeating the purpose then? Because generally you need to be like the better person
Yeah,
in this
exactly.
scenario. So you're supposed to.
Oh right, it's
But-
just hit 600,000.
Jesus
All right,
Christ.
but then we're just kind of replaying him in a way.
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, you should let everyone in a sense.
Yeah, but I think
But-
they're just trying to be like, "Hey, look, you're being a cunt, so we're going to be a cunt too." I think it's sort of one of those salty moments, which.
Yeah, salty England, salty United Kingdom.
But you know what? I don't. For once, I don't have a problem with salt because it's a funny fucking salt.
It is
because,
quite funny.
Yeah. So I mean, it's gonna get discussed in Parliament. They'll be like, "No, there's no point," because Britain and America are quite big trading partners, aren't they?
They'll just say, "Oh, it's a waste of time," and it might.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
might go, "Oh, this might have he might think we're having kind of a semi disagreement, and then we're not worthy to
Yeah.
him as like traders and stuff. So
Yeah.
then we'll just be like left there with
Yeah.
all the other stuff: Europe,
Europe, yeah.
South America, China.
yeah,
all those
China.
places.
But yeah, I'm curious as to what's going to happen really, because I mean, on one hand, you sort of think, it's quite likely because everyone in the world at the moment, pretty much, well, not everyone in the world, but a lot of people in the world hate him right now.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you sort of think, well, politically, it wouldn't really make sense to keep him out of the country because, well, he's the bloody American president, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't really want to get on his bad side, I guess.
Did you watch some of the that
inauguration?
woman's protest where that woman was like going, "I have blood stains on my bed sheets," and it was something to do with like taxes with like period pads. And I was like, "What the fuck? Going on?"
I haven't seen that. Sounds.
And basically, I think this was on the same day. I watched it in like Texas because it's like, I don't know, American exposure just went out to like see what everyone was doing. Some of it was like understandable. Some of it was a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I can see why people think it's silly to I don't know what was it arguing for? Because I still think it's retarded that women have to pay for fucking tampons. I just think it's so dumb.
Yeah, no, it's not like they choose to do it,
Yeah.
is it?
It's like, oh yeah, no, I choose every month. I'm just gonna fucking bleed. Yes, I love doing it. It's my favorite. It's like, no,
Cannot wait.
cannot wait. So I cannot wait to spend my money on it. So I just think it's a bit dumb, you know.
It's quite funny.
But
I don't understand. I didn't really know if you had to pay for tampons anyway.
No,
Did
you
you just get them for free or something?
no, you have,
Here,
to, you
at
have
least?
to pay for them. You have to pay for them.
Alright.
They're considered a luxury item, which I think is just fucking
A
retarded.
luxury item. What
Oh
do you,
yes,
like,
luxury.
your
Yes.
period, do you shove some tissues up your snatch and just wait for it to soak out?
Yeah,
Or a little
that
sponge?
should do.
Yeah.
Imagine
You,
if, like,
you
in the
people
future,
wanting to get something else.
imagine in the future if it's like, oh, if like we have a shortage, it'll be like, well, go to your nearest shop, rip a piece of sponge off, and you can reuse it because you can squeeze all of it out,
Oh, no.
wash it, and put it back in. It'll be a
Oh,
great
Jesus Christ.
marketing scheme.
Fuck me.
Oh dear.
Dearie
I
fucking
mean,
me.
in the olden days, like Romans used sponge to wipe their assholes.
That
and
is
then,
true.
Like,
That is true. They had an arse
Vikings
sponge.
used moss and shit.
That is true.
A
That is-
sponge isn't that bad. It's cleanable.
Nah. Yeah, I mean, it'll do the trick, I guess.
It'll do the job, yeah.
It'll do the trick. Not that I'd like to have it, but you know, it would do the trick.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, moving on. Have you heard the news about the canoe on like the M1 or something
No, I haven't.
on the carriageway? It was quite funny.
All right.
The
tell us.
BBC News made a big deal about it. It was like I saw it on the front page and I was like, "Are you kidding me? It's just a canoe." And it was like tweets going, "This canoe overtook us." I was like, "How did it overtake you? It was not moving." I mean, it caused a traffic jam for some random reason.
Yeah, because in Britain, anything causes a traffic jam. Though,
Yeah.
let's be real. It's like, I
Like-
spilled some baked beans. Oh, traffic jam. There we go.
Traffic jam right there, fucking M1.
Yeah.
It'll be like the world's biggest duck walk and all like the duck and it's like children are walking across the whole carriageway. I mean, I don't know what people would do in that scenario. Would they like
Yeah.
do the kind thing and stop, or would they just go floor it because they're like, "Are you kidding me? You can do this on city roads, but you can't do this on the fucking carriageway. So
Yeah.
you're gonna die." Oh,
But
I
no,
haven't seen
yeah.
all that anymore.
Oh boy, Jesus Christ, fucking canoe. So basically, well, what actually happened? There's a canoe.
Well, basically, I guess it fell off someone's car, and either they didn't notice or couldn't be asked to like stop and
Pick
like
it
get
up.
it.
Yeah, so they're like, fuck it, we'll just let it go.
And then it was just sprawled across the road, and then someone had to get. I don't know what happened. I don't know if anyone actually moved it or the police had to come.
All
The
right.
popo.
The pole.
I mean, if I was the person, I would just get out, take it, because it's a pretty nice canoe. It'll be
Yeah.
like worth a bit of money maybe, and then you can go to your local river or lake, and then have a blast with it.
Blast with the kayak.
I guess-
Canoe even. Shit.
I guess you're supposed to hand it back to the person who lost it.
Yeah,
But in that
why would
case-
you do that? Why would you do that? Really?
What the? Why would you do? Oh, I see.
Got a
I
free
see.
canoe.
No, I'm just looking at this comparison to the Trump logo or whatever that is, and then the Nazi sign.
Fucking hell.
The swastika.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but that was a bit of a strange thing. It's like the last year, similar to this time, when Newcastle had like a massive puddle, and then the news was like, "Now look at this puddle, isn't it amazing?" Like no one gives a shit.
What?
And then straight away David Bowie died, and this time John Hurt died. So
A
it's
lot of
kind of
things.
in a kind of repeat, except it's not as bad so far.
That's good.
It's not that bad.
No, it's No, it's just
Yeah.
I,
Well-
so many people died last year, and it was sucky. But
Yeah.
I think it was just because that was the year where all the celebs and that were like,
Yeah, but they were all of a particular age. You have to realise that.
yeah, that because that's what I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
It wasn't. It wasn't just like 2016 walks in and goes, right, we're gonna kill you, and you,
and you. It's just
They
it-
all died at a ripe age. They were all old.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
Some
think.
a bit younger, but they were all old. It wasn't like, yeah, they're going to live much longer. They still have the potential to pass away at any point, but this is more likely.
Yeah,
I mean, John Hurt died at like 78 or something.
Yeah.
But rest in peace, Chestburster Man and the Ninth Doctor. What a man.
the man, the myth, the legend.
Yes.
I've only seen him in like 2 films, and I didn't notice until now that he passed away.
Yeah, it's
Have you
funny.
seen
Yeah.
that they've stopped
What?
making 3D TVs?
Oh
Have they?
yeah, well that was inevitable anyway.
I never really.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh yeah, 3D TV, and I need one of those. It's like, they don't really look like that
Yeah.
amazing, really.
I mean, our telly is 3D, but it just came like that. It's just like
Yeah.
that extra thing that it gives.
That extra thing if you need.
It was a cool gimmick to play one game with it, and then that's
and then never again.
and then never again.
Yeah, I think it was just sort of one of those things where everyone was like it seemed like a great idea because 3D movies were sort of on the rise, and then
Yeah.
everyone realized it's not really got
No.
that much use really. So yeah, bye. But
Yeah, like you don't watch telly in 3D.
yeah,
you don't
exactly.
watch. You only watch films, and to be honest, you don't do that too much to
Yeah,
actually
no.
need it. Kind of like a 4K TV, except that's a bit more needed because everything's being.
Yeah, 4K
raised in
TV actually has a
resolution.
point because if you want higher quality, then it makes sense.
I
But
don't like how telly's using TV programs are using higher refresh rates and like higher what's it called, frames per second. Like I was watching what's it called I can't even fucking remember the name now of the show, Stranger Things, but it's got like a high 45 to 47 frames and you can tell
Yeah.
the difference, but it makes you kind of like notice it, and it's kind of like lagging, and it's like not
right.
needed really.
it's not it's not a bonus.
The
it's more of a-
traditional 24 frame. I mean, it's different around the world because, like, America, it's 30 frames per second. Here,
Yeah.
it's like 24 to like 25 frames per second. And
Yeah.
it's different. And the only different country in Europe is France. I don't know what theirs is, but pretty much it's all the same.
Yeah, no, I think that la film industry, or actually not the film industry, like TV producers and all of those people, they're all just trying to get ahead and be like, hey, look, we have this great new thing. How will I use it? Well, you probably won't use it because it's practically pointless. But in case you ever do decide you want to use it, we have it. And it's like, yeah, but there's not really a point if I don't bloody want it, is there? So that was.
Yeah.
I just think that nowadays, like, I feel like a lot of people, or a lot of producers of anything really, they try to pump out numbers more than things that are necessary. Like, I was talking to you about this, just wasn't I? Well, no, I was looking at a new camera, the Sony A7S Mark III, and then someone was saying there's no point, like, they were saying, I hope they don't add any more megapixels onto the camera, because there's a certain point where cameras just, like, there's no benefit to it, so there's no point in adding them. And I think a lot of people nowadays try to add stuff to the TV to make it sound better, like, now in 8K, when an average consumer, they're not going to be like, oh,
Well, the
yes, I
problem
need
is-
8K. Yeah.
I mean, if they stop at a certain point, then the whole market is just gonna decrease and crash. Because if you get a computer and it stays the same, it's 4K, it's got a good graphics card, and they don't improve, then they're not gonna make any more profit. The company's gonna fall, and then everything might go to shit. I don't exactly know what will happen,
Yeah.
but I don't know if jobs will stop. I'm pretty sure it'll be like a standard area, but I'm not sure. I think it'll like cause a decrease in profits and like shares and shit. And I don't exactly know what those are, apart from money.
Money.
It might cause severe issues if they like stubble together, like making things bigger, better. I mean, at some point it's like gonna get too much, so they either need to do a slower rate, so it's like it's slight changes, but it's gonna make sure that it's not gonna like peak and then decrease and then slam on the ground and then end altogether.
Yeah.
Because that's what might happen.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, I just think people they need to start making shit that's useful. Like for
It
instance,
depends how. Sorry, I'll carry
no,
on.
like the Razer PC, the new one they're making, the like what is it like 3 monitor thing? Like sure, it's cool, but no one's really gonna ever like. I don't really see personally myself sitting in a cafe and being like, let me get my 3 displays out.
You
and
look
start
like
again.
You
a
don't
tremendous
need it,
knob.
do you?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
look like
It's just
tremendous. That's why people don't really like people with 3D TVs. Because if you peek over at someone watching the telly with 3D glasses on, you're gonna
just-
automatically think they're douches.
Yeah,
That's all there is
exactly.
to it.
and it's sort of
Can't
like
get any further than that.
yeah, it's just it's things like that you just think it's just unnecessary. Really, there's no justified reason for why you should have it, and there's no. Yeah, it's just like you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's just people trying to be like, oh look what I have, it's this, and you're like, what is this? And you're like, I don't know, but it says it's good in the book. It's like, why have you got it then if it doesn't make a fucking difference?
Yeah.
But yeah, great.
Oh, that was a good rant.
That was a good run.
What have you done?
I may have slightly effed my recording. I can have the clap again.
All
I
right.
haven't ended it all. I've just like stopped at a certain point.
There we go.
All right.
There we go. Another clap.
Do.
Who else clapped?
What?
Did someone else clap? Was it
No,
you,
it was just you.
Tristan?
No.
Oh,
No, nobody. Did
I heard it
clap or
twice. I don't know why.
Well, I didn't clap.
Do. I just
Well,
think people need
since
to
we need to
slow down a bit.
since
yeah.
we need to jump onto something else, let's hit onto something that I'm going to quickly drop down. So let's give a brief review of what I thought of the film Split, and you can join
That
in on
movie
this.
was
Sam.
brilliant. Yeah, that movie was bloody brilliant.
I was skeptical of it, to be fair.
I was a bit
I thought it was
skeptical as
either
well,
going to be really good or it was going to be horrendous, because it's quite hard to pull something off like that,
Yeah,
to be honest.
definitely. No, I was actually extremely surprised because I was like, Basically, for those of you who don't know what Split is, it's a movie about a guy who has 24 split personalities. And the movie sort of is about... It's pretty much about... Well, I'm not going to give anything away that isn't in the trailer, but it's about him and he kidnaps some girls and you sort of get to see how they try to cope with it, blah, blah,
Escape,
blah, blah, blah.
in a sense.
Yes, and it's a phenomenal movie because while I was watching it, and I think you said the same, you don't really realize that that he's acting like that. It's the same person acting all that because he acts so well. You genuinely think, oh,
It's different
there's
people.
different people acting there. Yeah,
Which is how he's pulled it off so well. It's
yeah, and it's
definitely
it's-
worth seeing.
yeah. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend seeing it. It's fantastic. Do.
There
But
you go. That was like in a 30-second
Power
30
review.
seconds, like in a minute. We're doing power reviews.
Look, I have seen the trailer. It looks very strange and interesting.
it is a bit strange.
Is it actually scary or is it just a thriller?
Yeah,
It's basically just a thriller, really. But I
Yeah,
mean, there is bits. There's
a
bits,
bit of
but
horror. It's not. I wouldn't classify it as a horror, but it does have some sort of horror aspects. Yeah.
It looks like it's just a different version of Hitman. He looks like Hitman, and he goes into all these disguises. Well, not personas, I guess. And he just reminds me of Hitman, because you just get in a different suit, and now you become a cook, or now you become a sailor, or now you become a builder.
To be fair, it is a little bit like that, except
Yeah.
he actually acts it, and it's
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is sort of the
They're-
gist.
They released a new Resident Evil film, surprisingly, even though like all
No.
of the other films have been awful, and
Yeah.
they decide, hey, we're gonna do a final one. It ends it all, and everyone's just gonna be pissed off because it's a shit film anyway. So why would you see it? And everyone says, oh, it's made me sick because of all the shaky cam and all the weird movement action bits.
Alright.
Yeah.
I think they just wanted a reason to actually end it, so they're like, well, we'll
Maybe they
a
make
film.
some more money. I mean, they're making another Transformers film, so why the fuck not?
No, how?
I don't know. It's got Mark Wahlberg in it again.
Oh.
I don't. I
Oh,
to be
boy.
honest, I did enjoy the first one as a child. And
They
the
were
second
good when you
one,
were a
but then-
kid, but it's just
Yeah,
like
but now
they're
they-
just like, oh
yeah.
Jesus Christ, not
And they're
another one.
making them like for 12 to 15-year-olds. So I don't know why they just make it a bit more appropriate for kids, because then parents will take them. And they're
Yeah.
going like, oh yeah, Bumblebee, yeah.
Bumblebee.
Optimus
Bumblebee.
Prime. Yeah. But I'm not going to see that because I can't be asked to see any more of Transformers.
Yeah.
It'll probably kill me.
Oh Jesus Christ. No, they were good movies. Don't get me wrong. Like they were amusing to watch, but it's just sort of like no more.
Yeah, the
No- no
action
more.
was funny.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
action
Like
was
it was an entertaining
I
film.
don't
And I'd
remember
still
how
watch
many
it
I
now.
actually watched.
Yeah, I'd still
I
watch
think I
it
only
now.
watched one with Louis, and I just remember seeing a movie mistake. That was it.
With the guy from Peep Show.
Um,
Do you know?
no,
the-
yeah, I know what you mean,
the-
but I mean by I saw a movie mistake when we watched the Transformers, rather than just seeing it within movie mistakes.
All right.
Boom,
I
That's
don't
all
know.
I ever remember.
I hope. What's the director called again? Is it?
bloody
Oh, I can't remember his name. The Explosions guy.
yeah.
Oh, him. Oh, the explosions is.
Phone.
That's exactly what he says when they blow up something.
Yeah.
Power.
What's he called?
What is he called? I'm gonna have to Google this.
I'm
What's the
not too
direct-
sure.
Michael Bay.
Oh,
Michael
yeah, that's the
Bay,
one.
that's it. Michael Bay. Apparently, he used to make good films like in the 90s and stuff, but
And then
That's all I've
fucking green screening happened, motherfucker.
yay!
Like
I mean,
honestly,
that happened quite a while ago.
yeah, it annoys me because like, don't get me wrong, you should like using green screen is fine because you know it puts actors out of danger, but it's just like I feel like
You have to
in
use it.
modern
You have to
movies-
use it well, though.
Yeah, like modern movies, I feel like are mostly just fucking green screen, and it just doesn't. It makes the movies
I mean,
fucking
it's cheaper because like you don't have to go to a set or like a place.
yeah.
So if you wanted to go to Paris, then you could just literally put a few buildings out of styrofoam and then put a green screen, and then bam, you're in Paris.
Yeah, that's true.
Simple as that. Yeah. I know.
At the same time, I'm sort of looking like because if you, I saw an interview with Jackie Chan, and he was saying like that he always looks at American movies, and he's like, "Whoa, it's amazing that they're like, that they do such crazy stunts." And then he talks to the directors, and they're like, "Oh no, we just use green screen, film that." And he was saying it's funny because he does all those stunts for real. Like he barely ever, he doesn't like doing green screen stunts, so. Yeah,
Well, he's capable of. I mean, I've seen like videos of him nearly killing himself.
Yeah,
on the,
exactly.
things that it's quite interesting.
But the thing is, in my like, I sort of look at it as like, well, you know, it's you can really tell like Jackie Chan movies are entertaining because you know that what he does is real, and that just makes it more better. And like, you just like, what the fuck? Like, do you remember we watched all the Rush Hour films? Like, they were fucking entertaining as anything. And then watching the outtakes at the end is bloody brilliant.
Well, yeah, I remember when films used to do that. They used to put all the
Yeah.
outtakes at
I
like,
don't
the credits.
It annoys me that they stopped doing that because that was freaking like that was one of my favorite things in the world.
I guess it's kind of a 90s thing to do now. Like, they've
Yeah.
kind of moved on. But, you know. I was watching what's it called, Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows, and because it's got all the slow-mo bits in, which is quite cool, where they're like rushing through a forest and like it's good. It's like interesting angles because it's always fixed on their heads. It's kind of like looking at a GoPro attached to your shoulder,
All right.
and that's really interesting to watch how they do it because they just put a few actors in and put explosions around some fake trees. And I mean, it looks terrifying to be a part of, but really cool as well. That'd be something interesting to do.
Yeah.
It'll be better than Sherlock season 4 anyway.
Yeah, I think it's just, yeah, like when you watch a movie, like I'd rather have a movie with like a not fun, like not a crazy to look at fight scene, but a fight scene that I look at, I'm like, yeah,
well
that's
choreographed.
Yeah,
if
like,
that's the
exactly.
word.
a well choreographed, realistic fight scene, rather than looking at fucking
We're looking at people throwing bombs at each other, and
yeah,
all
like
you can see
if you,
is a green screen in the
Um,
background, scarcely covering
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. Like when you watch a modern like superhero movie or some shit, and it's just like these big like Armageddon fucking scenes, and you're just like, yeah, that's totally.
We never
fucking-
finished. We never finished Avengers 2. We
Yeah.
never
Oh,
got. We never.
That has
it's
to
just
be
so
one of
fucking
the worst
boring.
films I've ever seen. I rewatched it. I just
Yeah.
don't.
Nah, the worst film ever. It has to be Silence. It's just so fucking bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't see that. I'm
You
glad I
didn't.
didn't.
You lucked out by not going. I thought, yeah, it's a Martin Scorsese film. It'll be interesting. It'll be dynamic because The Wolf of Wall Street was
Wolf of
probably
Wall
one of my
Street is
favorite.
bloody amazing.
And then the second, well, not the second film, but like the next film is just about some two Christians going to Japan and just like watching like people walk. It was like what, like I said before, like watching people, like all the bits from the Lord of the Rings where they're walking, but none of the action. Like there was like two scenes I remember. One where a Japanese person gets beheaded and everyone screams because it's grim and all that. And then the next bit, some woman being burnt on a cross. And then the people getting drowned in the ocean while on a cross. Because they're like, oh, well, Japan, Buddhism for life, bitches. And
The
they're like,
Wolf of Wall
no.
Street was a lot better than I
But that
thought.
was a very good film.
Yeah, like
Don't-
I haven't seen The Wolf of Wall Street because I haven't been bothered to sit down for the length of it.
yeah. The problem is it is
It's
a very long
worth it,
movie,
though.
but it is
Because
like,
every scene is interesting. And it's,
Yeah,
it's
I do
either
agree, like-
mental, funny, or interesting to like.
the thing is it's
watch.
it's got quite a lot of not moral that I don't know really, like it's kind of difficult to explain, but it's got a lot of stuff you look at and you go, you know what, that's sort of relatable to my life as well. Like,
How?
well, you know when I'm like on the floor,
fucking cocaine, money, tons
no, but
of
like
money.
it's sort of you look at it and you like some of the morals that I can't really say without fucking spoiling the movie and giving away, but there's some morals and some things.
Do you
in the
want me just
movie-
to deafen myself in this and then you just write
No,
in
it's fine,
chat?
it's fine.
Come back then.
No, but there's some things in the movie that sort of make you think, damn Daniel. you
Shut the fuck up. No damn Daniel.
No damn Daniels for me. What the fuck, man? But yeah, I definitely recommend that movie. It's a fucking it's a spicy one. It's a spicy
The
one.
Great Gatsby is another good one. That's a nice film.
Just the biggest problem is just having long films, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well, that's how they're going nowadays. The more arty films.
They're just
can be
getting
longer.
they're just getting longer.
Like if you want a shorter film, like you'll have to look at an animated film or a comedy,
yeah.
or even a
Oh.
horror, because horrors aren't very long either.
Horrors aren't. They're like an hour and a half.
Which I think
They
is the
don't go-
problem with horror, because they need to be a bit longer to be a bit more effective. Because if you realise how short it is, then it's not like as tense because you're not there. That's why long, scary video games are good.
Yeah, like fucking
'Cause it
Alien.
lasts
Jesus
quite a
fucking
while.
Christ.
Exactly, because you're always on edge.
Yeah,
I mean, in some cases it might wear off, and you just kind of like, oh, just get over with. But
yeah.
that's only for like some games.
No, but Alien. Oh, bloody fucking god! Alien is probably one of my favorite video games. In like, I'm not. I don't play that much, but when I do play it, fuck me. Either I get fucking ragey as anything, or I'm just having a blast.
Ragey.
Both cases, it's.
I don't
good,
know how it takes you
good
so
result.
long. I
The
was
thing
like
is-
14 when I first played it, and I finished it quite quickly.
The thing is, I think I overthink things. Like I always overlook things, and I die easily. And yeah, I'm a bit shit.
I always try and think of the end points before I get anywhere.
Yeah,
What I figured out is that there's nothing really to collect. You only go in a certain direction, and like the map, everyone thinks the map is like too hard to understand. I think it's the most simplest map I've ever seen. You have one level. It's not like Dead Space maps where it's like 3D and you can see all the levels at once, which is too complicated. But I can easily get past that game. And I've just noticed that it's actually downloadable on Mac. But I don't know how that's going to work because it won't work unless you do a Hackintosh.
Hackintosh.
Yeah. I was really considering, like, before I built my own PC to do a Hackintosh, because I would understand the
DOS.
iOS, the
Yeah.
OS, but then I realised, well, I won't be able to play a lot of the games. All you get to play is some classic 2005 to 2007 CODs, or some random out of the boat games like Alien Isolation.
Juice
But that's
Simulator.
about it.
I mean, what? But
Shoe Simulator.
Juice
So,
Simulator.
just
No, never mind.
Oh yeah, Jew Simulator. I
that'd
ain't
be
gonna play that.
that'd be
that.
great if that was a game. I'd play it
No.
all day, every day. No, but yeah, I think you know what annoys me is how many video games are being turned into TV series and shit like that.
Oh yeah, like Quantum Break. Oh no, you mean something else. Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Because like, I feel like nowadays. Fuck's sake! I need to stop saying I feel like nowadays. Jeez, I say it every podcast and I say it way too fucking much. But I feel video games are treated as sort of a gateway media, if that makes sense. Like,
Gateway Media.
you know how people always like a book will make a great film, or a film will make a great book, or blah blah blah. Well, not really that way around.
That
never
way
happens,
around.
no. But like, people are always like, "Oh, it's a great game, so it's going to be a great movie," and it's like, well, no.
Movie directors or like producers don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
And also, what's it called? Developers have no time to be a part of it.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
That's what went wrong with the Resident Evil films. That's what went wrong. I don't know why I'm going. Wrong.
That went wrong.
That's what went wrong with what was it? Assassin's Creed. Less involvement and like no consideration of what the actual game is like. You have to play all the games and kind of understand every single part of it to like make a good film about it.
Yeah, and the thing is with a game, no matter how good the story of a game is, like no matter how it's only good because it's a game. Like, you can probably make a game from a film. Like for instance,
It's
Alien.
because
That's
it's your own
amazing.
story.
Yeah, exactly.
It's your own story. If you don't like a video, if you've played it and you've made your own story, like Skyrim would never be a film. Because
Yeah.
you played it in your own way, you made your own story that way, and then seeing some like basic set story which you're uninteractive with doesn't make a good film.
Yeah,
At least
exactly.
not for me anyway.
Yeah, like exactly. Like that's what games is. The sort of media that it is that you get to choose
Interactive.
what
It's like-
happens.
When people play D&D, I
Yeah.
mean, we never played D&D because we're from England and we're not nerds.
But
But that's what they did.
yeah, exactly. Like, so I know TF2 has no story whatsoever, but you couldn't really make a game out of Team Fortress 2 because that's like
You'd
your
have some like fat
well,
bloke who
yeah.
would play the heavy.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
But I'm trying to think of a story game. Like they're somehow making a movie out of Minecraft.
Or like
How
a
the fuck-
Telltale game. Yeah, how
Like
are
how-
they gonna do that?
I mean,
And
the thing
why
is
are
with
they
They
gonna
Minecraft,
do
won't.
that?
they
They'll
can
just
really
do a
make it about
documented
anything.
thing about Steve.
Yeah.
Steve
Just
was
be
a
like
man
Steve. Steve had a child. It got blown up by a creeper. Then this one 6-year-old said, "1v1 me on Roblox." He was transported into Roblox, and he died going "ooh" in the classic Roblox death sound at the end.
But yeah, like, yeah. For instance, you could make a GTA 5 movie, could you? Like, it's a great game to play, and it's got a pretty good story. Like, it's not the best story ever, but it's a pretty decent story. But you could make a movie out of it because the whole point of playing the game,
It's how you take
yeah,
it
exactly, you do it. Like,
I
even
kind
though-
of,
yeah,
I guess this is where kind of hardcore Henry goes. It kind of implements the ideas of like
Yeah,
first
exactly.
person like game kind of mechanics into a film, but not like stealing. just
Exactly,
more, like,
and I think
borrowing.
that's
and
what
then
it.
the idea works because
Yeah.
it's its own idea, its own media. in a
Exactly,
way.
like I don't have that's the word I was looking for. Like only because it works in one medium doesn't mean that it's gonna work in the same like in a medium like film. Like only because it works in video games doesn't mean it's gonna work
Are you
in
saying
TV.
medium or media?
medium.
Medium.
Yeah,
Medium.
Medium, yes, a medium.
Media.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying in medium. No, you can say medium. I'm
Me-
pretty sure.
Do you say medium?
You can say both. Media is just.
I thought it was just media, because that's
It might be media. It might just be media, and I'm a deaf fuck. I don't know.
All right.
Okay, let's say media instead. But only because it works. Like, for instance, only because it works as a book doesn't mean it's going to be a film. Oftentimes it is, like the Harry Potter series and all of that shite. But only because it works as a game doesn't mean you can make a video a movie out of it. And I think vice versa. Is there, like, for instance, Alien? That's one of the rare cases where I feel like it worked.
What,
but-
in a game?
Yeah, but I feel like, for instance,
Wait, do you think Alien is from a game, not a film?
what? No, I mean, like, Alien is worked taking it from film to game. But, like, for instance, if you look at Star Wars Battlefront, it's a
Oh,
good
yeah, that-
game, sure, but it
it-
doesn't really, like, it's not really, it doesn't
I
feel
think
Star
the way
Wars.
it works
It's
is
nothing to
because-
do with the story, though, is it? It's just like
Yeah, exactly, it's just,
bit
it's
of-
just
Exactly,
a
it's
first
that's why
person
it
shooter.
works. That's why it works. That's why Alien Isolation works.
Yeah.
It does a different story. It doesn't have to like base on the same.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what bad movie games are. They're still in the film version. There's no reason to play those games
Yeah.
because you've watched the film.
Yeah.
Why repeat?
my biggest thing though is where's the Portal movie gonna go then? Because they can't
Yeah.
just
I
take
don't
the
like-
story.
I don't like the director because he did Star Wars, and I didn't really like the new Star Wars that much because it was just lens flare. The black dude, even though it's Star Wars, has to make a joke about him, people being racist to him or something. And it's like, wow, we have fucking. I mean, obviously we do have social justice warriors in that case, and that's actually wanted because you got these assholes killing people because they're not a part of them.
Yeah.
But in mass, it's like Hitler times a billion, in a way. Because
Yeah.
he destroys a whole planet. They destroy multiple planets. Hitler killed a few people from a whole religion. Well, not a whole religion, but a lot of people from a religion.
Yeah.
And from other countries.
Yeah.
And a lot of soldiers.
And
just a lot of
just a
people
lot
in
of people in general.
Yeah.
He
But
did
Hitler,
he did a
but
hard
Darth
drive
Vader
full.
goes, fuck your planet, it's gone, it's dust.
Yeah.
A whole billion amount of people are now dead. And it has less of effect on the audience because they're watching a film and they're going, well, I never knew those people or saw any images of them dying, so...
Yeah, actually, that kind of brings me back to the point earlier with green screen, because the thing is, in Star Wars, it works because the whole
It's
thing
science
about it
fiction.
is it's science fiction. But I just hate it when, like, they use green screen, but it's not like they only use the green screen for what they really need it for. Like in the new Star Wars movies, it's probably overused as fuck.
Yeah. There's some locations they could go on, like
Yeah,
the sandy bit. I'm pretty sure they went to a desert for that.
yeah,
one.
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they did some other areas. But, like, oh, where was it? Where was that one location I saw? And I was like, that looks a bit fake and unrealistic. But I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Yeah, like, and what I don't have a problem with them using green screen instead of a actual real location. I just hate it when you see this fucking space battle and there's like a million billion planes and loads of lasers everywhere and it looks really intricate and you're just like, yeah, that doesn't look real. Pardon me, that doesn't look real at all. Or when you're watching like when there's a movie with a Armageddon type thing and the entire cities are fucking destroyed into the tiniest bit of grubble and shit. It's like, why? What's the point? Like, I just hate it because it takes away from the actual story, and it feels like they're just trying to cover up where they're fucked up with. Oh, let's just make a big ass building fall so it looks more intense. Whee! And it's just sort of, in my opinion, it's kind of bad filmmaking.
Right.
But you know,
I think films are very good when they use, like, very little action, like, very little, like, film style. I don't know, like, over the top explosion stuff.
Yeah, exactly,
If you can
like-
just make a film effective with, like, just acting or, like, body movement or, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that music as well, I guess.
Yeah.
That is a good film.
like the thing is, of course, oh shit. Of course, if you're gonna make a movie about war, you're gonna need explosions and shit.
Well,
But
yeah.
I just hate it when it's like the entire screen is filled with explosion. You're like, that's not that.
You
no.
do need moments. Like, that's why I like Saving Private Ryan. The beginning's like action orientated. It's quite grim. It's quite gritty. And then the next scene is just have a conversation. Where's Ryan? Private Ryan? Is there a Private Ryan? And then it just talks and talks. And then there's a bit more action, but like not too much. And someone dies, and it's quite settling.
But
and
the
then
thing is, in Saving Private Ryan, the battles they look realistic, and they look like it's something that would happen and could happen.
Yeah.
Or well, it has happened, but you know what I mean. Like it looks legitimate.
Yeah.
But when it just
because
looks
the buildings don't fall apart all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously,
exactly.
if a bomb goes off, like a massive one, yeah. But like when a building sets on fire in a over the top film, it'll crumble. But like in a bunker, it would just like remain. You
It'll
just see
be-
shards and burnt. It's just more realistic, and I like that.
Yeah, like I think directors and producers of films should move away, or even video games in some cases, or in general media, they should move away from using over-the-top. Because I feel like they do it just like when you have some big-ass
Maybe it's
spaceship.
centered around Maybe it's centered around like toddlers and children.
Yeah,
Because
maybe.
they like a lot of things happening.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
Well, bro, there's fucking shit happening. I'm gonna shit my nappy. Oh my god.
yeah, but I think it's just. I just find it not very nice. Like, it kind of destroys. Like, for
I'm
instance.
gonna have to stop you there, Sam, because we're just gonna ramble in circles.
That's true. We are gonna ramble.
So I'm gonna move on. So, have you played Resident Evil 7 yet?
No.
This is going back to horror. No.
Nope.
Do you think you will?
Probably not. I don't think
Probably
so.
not.
I'm not really sure. The thing is,
I mean, it's kind of like Outlast, but like it's in a different
Yeah.
kind of setting. I don't know when Outlast is coming out. I'm pretty sure it is this year, but
Yeah, it
Everybody
is. They
made
just
it in
can't
contact
decide
now.
when.
yeah, I
'cause
would get
in a
it.
competition-wise, they probably should instead of waiting much longer. Because Resident Evil has like said, okay, here's our game. Here's a couple of demos. They're all right. They're pretty
Yeah.
good. They're interesting. And then
Like,
they
I
go,
would get
okay,
it
bit of
if I
action.
had, if I had 40 quid, but I don't. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered it because it was on sale for about 20-something quid. I
yeah,
was that's a pretty good deal. And it came the day after my computer broke, and it's still fucking broken. And I want to do a let's play because it'll be a pretty good game. I'm seeing other people doing it. I've tried to watch as little as I can because it looks pretty scary. Especially
Yeah.
that one guy who fucking blows his brains out and then comes back. He's like, "How are you doing, buddy? Welcome to the family, son." And he fucking beats the shit out of you. It's quite funny, actually. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the list because I've heard in February there's a few games like there's this one cool looking game for PlayStation, and then there's one called Last Honor or For Honor, which is where you get to
Oh,
play
yeah.
samurais, Vikings.
Oh yeah, actually, I was watching someone
knights,
stream that game the other day because they got a key, like a pre.
a beta key or
A beta key,
because
yeah.
I heard the news of beta keys. So I was like,
Yeah, I was
okay.
watching. Was watching someone stream it, and it actually looks fucking good. The mechanics look a bit, not mechanics. It looks a little bit like from the way it's handled, it looks a little bit like what's it called? The Rage game that everyone gets triggered about, where you fight
The
monsters.
Rage game.
Um,
Oh,
Dark Souls. It looks a bit
Dark
like Dark
Souls.
Souls, sort of.
I've heard about the mechanics, how it's a bit more realistic, how
Yeah.
they like chop and shit.
It looks very nice, and you can get like if I wasn't watching it I wasn't looking at the game that much, but you can get like add-ons for your weapons, like guards for your hands and shit like that. So I think it is going to be a quite complex, intricate game, which, exciting, but
Yeah, I think I'll probably get that game. It looks interesting. I do like the fighting games where it's like you don't have shotguns or pistols, you have a sword or either battle axe.
yeah, exactly, and
Which is why I like Skyrim and stuff because that medieval setting is quite cool. But
and the
I am looking
graphics,
forward to it.
blimey, they look
I
amazing.
didn't think much of the graphics. I thought they kind of looked a bit like basic. So
Yeah.
now I don't think I noticed any like amazing, like
They
I
just
don't
look
know.
they look very high resolution. That's
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
compared to the Frostbite engine, which is what
Yeah, but then again,
Battlefield and all that
yeah.
stuff.
It is a Ubisoft game, so you can expect
Yeah.
quite high graphics. I feel like Ubisoft have in my opinion, they have my favorite game graphics. Because I feel like I don't like a game when it looks like real life. I just like a game when it looks high definition, but it still has a sort
It's
of
kind of like Far Cry.
yeah, exactly like Far Cry or Far Cry or Skyrim even. Like Skyrim, it doesn't look lifelike.
That's Bethesda.
No, but I mean like the game graphics
Oh,
thing I was
right.
talking like Skyrim. It doesn't look realistic. Like you wouldn't look and go,
Oh
"Whoa,
no,
that's
it looks
just
awful.
like a life."
It looks shoddy. Skyrim looks shoddy, and so does Fallout.
Do you really think
But
so?
yeah, because they still look the same from like, I don't know, nearly 10 years ago when Fallout 3 came out. They still are. It's the same engine. They
Yeah.
haven't updated it, and that's what many people had a problem with Fallout 4 because it was like, it still looks crap,
Yeah,
and it still looks like the same crap graphics from like 10 years ago.
yeah.
And everyone's going, what the fuck is this happening? So, but I still enjoy the game. And also like GTA graphics, so like they're
Yeah.
pretty fake.
The thing is,
But-
like everyone was always like, "Oh, hyped about GTA 5, blah blah," blah, like the graphics wise. And the thing is, that it's got nice graphics. Don't get me wrong, but
I think,
I
like, the
don't see why
scenery
people are
looks
so
nice.
hyped about them. Like, sure they're good, but they're not like, "Whoa, damn, those graphics are dang, dude." I don't know.
I think
That's
it's
my
just
opinion.
because like Battlefield and like all those games have kind of like pushed it out of the park a bit, so like
Yeah,
other
that's
games
true.
aren't reaching that amount of like.
Battlefield is pretty much the perfect example. Like, it looks gamey, but it's still really high quality, and that's
It's really surprising because I haven't got the best graphics card, but
yeah,
I can still run like 60 FPS nicely
yeah.
on a pretty good monitor as well. I mean, it's not on low, it's on like high, medium, high, and it still looks really, really good. And like I know other games like let's say like COD what that does the same, but it's not as good. But like games like GTA 5, like they demand more graphics. I guess it's because it's a bit of a bigger world, I guess. But like I need better graphics cards to like push it to make it look better.
Push the pixels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get a second graphics card soon, or just a new one. I'm not sure. But
I'd recommend getting a new one.
Yeah,
Because
that-
SLI has been the biggest pain in the arse.
yeah, I
For
mean, I
me.
still have my SLI.
I haven't even
bridge.
got to use the second graphics card I've got because it fucking all the cables were apparently wrong, and now it's
Yeah,
not the power supply. I had to send it to this company.
have they got it back
They
yet?
sent it back saying, "Oh, it's the power supply." I changed it. I got a warranty. I got it free. It's all fine. Took a bit of a while for it to come. I got it back. The same issue happened. It was turning on and turning off, and I was so fucking pissed. I felt awful. I didn't want to come. I was so bad because this was during the morning. Because I was like, had to put it all together. I had to go to bed. I was like, oh, I'm tired. I woke up and tried to turn it on. I was like, so fucking mad.
I can
that's
imagine.
why-
To be fair,
That's why I was delayed for school that morning, Tristan. That's why I wasn't there for about, I don't know, the first lesson. Cause I was so
priorities,
mad.
motherfucker.
I wasn't having a fit, but I was just like, I'm not in the mood. I'll go to school, but I just need a little bit of time to fucking calm myself and become happy and motivated again.
To motivate myself to go to this dumbass motherfucking school when my motherfucking computer doesn't work.
Because the thing is, I had put all the homework behind it, so I'd do it afterwards. It took for ages because I kind of forgotten where. Now I can memorize where every single cables go like that. But I pushed all my homework. I had quite a bit. I was like, I know I've got a lot of homework, but I kind of want to see if this works. So I did this first, and it didn't work. And I was like, well, I didn't do my homework for this lesson. I didn't do my homework for that lesson. Fuck's sake! All this time wasted for nothing. So now, and then I was like, okay, I'll just hand it back in today. Oh, they're closed on the weekend, and it's Friday, and they close at 4:00, and I don't have the computer on me. I was like,
Fuck.
no! And it was basically like being stabbed and watching your whole family be murdered. I'm still fucking waiting for it to be fucking fixed. I'm so unhappy. I'm sick
couldn't
of
tell,
playing.
mate.
I'm sick of playing Guitar Hero. No, not Guitar. Rock Band 4, playing the same songs all over and over again. And my wrists are being like clenched and fucking enraged.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, fucking don't do SLI. I don't
Alright.
think that was the cause. I just think it was just badly timed.
Yeah.
I think
I've
the
got my
CPU
SLI
might
bridge.
malfunction.
My motherboard own SLI bridge still because I kept my
Yeah.
what do you call
I
it?
would say,
Yeah.
what brand of graphics card is it? Like,
It's
I know it's Nvidia, but
I've got an MSI graphics card and an MSI
oh yeah,
motherboard.
don't do that. MSI is like it's good, but like it's not like I wouldn't trust it too much because it's quite. I can't overclock. Do you know how to overclock it? Because I don't fucking
I have
know.
no idea. The thing is with overclocking, I don't want to fuck around with it in case I fuck it up.
I will use it, but like I'll like go until I'm like slightly satisfied and it's like not doing anything destructive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing
Let's
is,
stop talking about PCs. Oh no, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I'm still surprised because the what is it called? The RX 480, that graphics card, it just blows my mind because well, the 4GB version is 200 quid. I think the 8GB version is like 240 quid or
You can
something
get
like
8 GB.
Yeah, it's the RX 480, and the thing
Jesus.
that blows my mind, yeah, here 8GB card, 230 quid, and the thing that blows my mind, like out of this, like it's so quote unquote cheap, and it fucking like it's VR ready and everything, and it just fucking blew my mind because last year, like getting an 8GB card like that, you for that price, you would have just been fucking no way ever.
I was surprised because I was looking at Nvidia cards for like 1070s and stuff, and that's only like slightly a bit more expensive than my card.
Yeah,
Because MSIs are quite, well, they're not they're not cheap, but they're kind of cheap on Amazon because they're always on sale.
yeah, they're
But-
they're better value, better bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I,
but
I still don't understand this big cable thing on it.
what
It's
cable
like this,
thing?
like this like metal. I don't know. It's like this metal wire that twists round and it has some exhaust pipe thing on it.
Oh,
It's
that
a
might
bit
just
weird.
be the cooling. I think
Oh, maybe yeah.
I'm not sure. But yeah, I think that's the card I'll get next because it's powerful, it's good, and it works, and that's all that you need. But for now, I don't think I need a new card because the only time I really need my graphics card is when I stream, and I stream TF2, and I get like 300 FPS, so it's fine.
Yeah, because it's a Valve game.
Yeah,
and
exactly,
It's on
and
Steam.
yeah.
I don't know how they do it because you can do it on like a Mac and it'll be like still really high frame rate, but any other game not like a part of Steam is like
I think
20 FPS.
Yeah, I think TF2 is on the Source engine, so it's like it's really not shittily coded, but it doesn't take a lot of VRAM.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, it's pretty good.
Anyway, what else is there? I have a list of things. Oh yeah.
Alright.
What was the game I was going to talk about?
Probably
I
a
cannot
Hero
remember.
or whatever it was.
What hero?
Yeah, Hero, that game. No, Honor, an Honor, sorry. or
Oh yeah, I
whatever
was
it's
talking.
called.
Well, we've done that now.
Yeah, we talked about that. But yeah, I just think one thing that started to tick me off, and I think I actually talked about this last podcast already, but
You might have.
because for the longest time I was a complete cunty person who was like, Apple is terrible, PC, blah blah blah. But now it's starting to just like piss me off because at this point I don't really give a shit anymore. Like if you want to have a Mac, then fine, fair enough. But I still, to be fair, I can't talk. I still it depends. If it's someone I know who knows that for what they want to do, a Mac isn't great, then it pisses me off. But when someone's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get a Mac," and you're like, "Well, what are you gonna use it for?" And they're like, for schoolwork and browsing the internet and watching TV." It's like, "Oh, fine, fair enough."
Yeah.
But when people are like,
If-
"Oh, yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
you
get a
only
gaming
buy one.
PC," what are you getting? A Mac? No, no.
Yeah. I find it funny how like I think this is 2012. You don't know anything about gaming computers. You just want that one which is cheap, but also looks decent.
Yeah.
I went to PC. Don't go to PC World. Don't ever go to fucking PC World.
Don't ever go to PC World for anything.
Because I made a mistake, and I find it funny how a few years later, Nacy makes the same fucking mistake. You go there, you ask, what's a good gaming PC? They show you this one, you don't ask about it, you just buy it because it's quite cheap. And then you use it, you try and install I can't remember what game
Oh,
it
Nacy's
was.
bloody laptop. Fuck me, that
I
pissed me
tried
off.
to install some like pretty high-end game at the time, and it was like unplayable, and I was so mad.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened to it now. I didn't sell it because I never got. I didn't think it would be any worth like the whole process. And I
Yeah.
think it's like lost forever somewhere.
How much did you spend on that bloody laptop? 500 quid, wasn't it?
Nacy for about 500.
Yeah.
Mine was £270. That's all I remember.
500 quid on that bloody PC. That
Oh
just
my God.
blows my mind. It's so bad. Like,
What was it? Was it like a
it was like a Dell, I think, or some
H-
shit.
HP?
Or a
Dell?
HP, maybe even. Actually, I think it was a HP. I'm not too
I
sure.
remember I bought a HP desktop. I don't know if you remember this or computer. But
Oh,
it's
fuck yeah, I
tiny.
remember that.
It was good for like
Yeah, it was alright,
720p,
actually, you know?
But like anything else, it could not play.
Yeah.
But then again, I only played like TF2 and Minecraft back in
Yeah.
those days.
Back in the day.
Minecraft.
And I
Mum,
tried to.
mum,
I
Minecraft.
that's when I bought a MSI. That's when I bought my first graphics card, and it wouldn't fit because it was so fucking small. So I was
Oh,
like,
I
"Alright."
remember that, actually.
And I was so pissed, and I was like, all right. And then half a year later, I was like, I only had the PC for about a whole year, and then I bought the parts to make my own because I had worked quite a bit, and then I had my Christmas and birthday money. And I was like, well, I can use the hard drive, I can use some of the RAM, and I can use some of the parts of the PC, and I can make my own. I actually have the hard drive, and I threw away the RAM because I didn't have any more spaces for my new RAM.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand what MSI was for a while, so I just had it plugged in, and it didn't do anything. I didn't realise it didn't do anything.
Oh.
I just thought you just plug it in, and it gives the graphics card extra power. I didn't know you had to have the same card and the SLI sort of
Bridge.
like
Yeah.
adapter bridge thing. So it's just, and then I realised that, and I just stuck the old graphics card, which is like about as big as a 6-inch ruler.
I actually remember you building that piece because I remember it was just we had just was it just before we recorded the bloody Dead Round montage or was it just after?
Oh no! We played.
I think it was literally on that day.
That was after.
Yeah, I think it was
was-
literally
it
like
was
that
like
day
the
or like a
early
couple of
days
days
of it.
later.
Oh no, it can't have been because I remembered I complained because for some reason the motherboard I had no Wi-Fi or availability to do Ethernet. I was really confused, and then it took me like another 2 weeks to realise, and then I bought a the
Adapter.
Wi-Fi things where it's like you stick it on the motherboard,
yeah.
and it has a weird sprangly cables, and I was getting like 1 megabyte of like
Yeah. Yeah.
internet, and because I was all the way up in my bedroom, and then I had the worst ever game recording. What the fuck? Sorry, someone's knocking on my window. Keep talking, and I'll be back.
What the fuck?
Who's that? Jesus Christ, scared the shit out of me.
What the fuck? We just hear the
See,
death of
you
the
go to
fucking one.
Louis' house and you'll never come out the same
Yeah,
person.
never coming back, motherfucker. I'm gonna come back as a destroyed human being. That's
Yes.
how you come back. What? That was the most random fucking thing. There's a new Razer keyboard. Razer or Nata Chroma Mecha
I can't
keyboard.
be bothered with Razer at all.
No, they're just a bit fucking. The thing is about Razers, they're
They
advertising.
feel that because they got there first with all the gaming shit, that they are now
Yeah.
the pros.
Yeah.
And that's
No,
sort
they're not
of,
that great, to be honest.
that's what annoys me about them. That's why I prefer SteelSeries, just because they're more humble.
Yeah.
They're more of a humble company who
Yeah.
don't charge a lot, but if you want to buy high spec things, then they offer them.
Yeah, they will have
Whereas
them.
Razer,
Yeah.
they'll just give you a mouse and they'll charge about 50 quid minimum, base minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
My
annoyed me
favourite-
when AC was like,
my
"Oh yeah, I just got this new keyboard and mouse." I'm like, "Oh, how much you spent? 120 quid. What the fuck for a mouse and a keyboard?" 120
My favourite
quid.
company is Corsair because you
Corsair
get
is pretty
all-
good. The K70s. Oh fuck me, yes.
Yeah, and the mechanical keyboards like the Cherry Brown, I might get one if I can be asked, but
Corsair,
they're
is it
pretty good.
K70 or K90? I'm gonna get one of those bad boys.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the K90. It also has macro keys. One thing
Yeah.
I do like about one thing I do very very much like about the bloody what is it called? Steel Series is the interface they have for the keyboard, because programmability and all that jazz. It's really user friendly. Like you don't look at it and you're like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? It's really quite easy. So that's one thing that's a
Happy.
major bonus.
What I don't understand is stuff with like Mad Cats. All they do is just have loads of parts that just look like they shouldn't fit to the mouse.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like
those
about their
they
stuff.
yeah, they make the Rat series, which are modular mice, I guess. Basically, you can just perfectly adjust them for your hand. I always wanted
They
to
just
get one,
look
but
too much.
yeah,
it's just
it is a bit.
like, it's like, look at this bit. It looks like it's going to fall off as soon as you put your hand on it. You're looking forward to it? Yeah, I knew you would.
Hello?
Mm,
You've cut out,
Yep.
Tris.
I stopped talking.
Alright, okay. It just cut off and then I was like... But yeah, I agree. They do look a bit flimsy. I think it's just if you want to get a... The problem is the cheaper ones, they look quite flimsy, but if you want to get a good one, you're looking at quite a bit... looking at spending quite a bit.
yeah. I'm gonna go back to where I was finished. XSplit was the recording program not to use, because it comes with the NVIDIA software, and then you look at it and it's like, oh, you can record at your own. I didn't understand that it was like the cheap version, and that you could either like pay for like 300 for the whole thing for £300, which I didn't do because I wasn't stupid. I mean, you should always use OBS and Audacity for everything, because there's no other point of using anything else.
Yeah. No, I don't see why people go out and buy out. Like, if you're gonna get a Elgato, the only reason you should really get one is if you have an Xbox or a PS4, or you want to hook up like an actual camera as a webcam. But people are like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna use OBS. Like, I've used OBS a lot, and sure, it's not, there's some things that, like, actually no, it's pretty much flawless, except for the fact that sometimes, it crashes and shit and gets broken. But
Yeah.
like, you're looking at maybe 1 or 2 days, and then usually there's already something to fix it. And I don't see why people.
You should try the Studio Edition.
I'm using
Is that-
Studio, yeah.
Does that crash a lot, or is
No, it recently crashed, but then they got an update, and it works really, really smoothly now. So it's all fine.
I was using that when I tried to do the golf video,
Yeah.
which is no longer available, sad face. But for some reason it doesn't capture that game, so I can never do it again.
Oh,
Sad, very
yeah.
sad.
I'm still pissed off that my PC died, and
If only the software would work, maybe I would have the footage.
yeah,
it would
that's
be
true.
uploaded in there and all funny and giggly, but no.
all funny.
That's the hard part of life.
Yeah, that is yeah. It pissed me off quite a bit because I spent a good 2 hours on just a fucking intro sequence, and then I started
Yeah.
editing it. But I never got time, and then my PC died, and I had to wipe my E drive, and then.
Thing is,
I
you
have,
can't. You have the intro. Still, sort of.
No, well, I have it on YouTube, but that's it.
Yeah. If you needed to use it, you just pull it back.
Yeah. But I don't have any of the other footage, that's the problem.
yeah.
Mm.
Sad,
We'll just have to
sad
redo
times.
that.
We'll move on.
We'll
We
just
can get
we'll
over
just
it.
have to record another
We need to-
something
Yeah.
at some point.
Alright, how long have we been on? We've been on an hour
We've
and
been
a
As
on
half.
soon
an
as my
hour, yeah.
fucking as soon as my fucking PC is fixed again, if it ever will be. It's been 2 weeks.
2 whole motherfucker. That's
It's
a long
been-
time. To be
the
fair.
first week was a good release, or a bit of a let off, away from it. You're doing work, you're doing more work. But the thing is, 2 weeks is it's still a good release. But what am I gonna do else? I can't climb every single fucking day. I can't do all the other hobbies every single day because they're not very well lasting. I'll climb for 2 hours and I'll be I'm bored or I'm too tired.
Yeah.
Or I'll play my keyboard for about half an hour and then I have no more songs to practice.
Yeah.
Recently, I don't have a drum kit anymore, but I just like turn on the record player and just start jamming out to songs because it's easier with hands. It's just I don't know.
I'm just imagining you sitting in your room, it's like blah, 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 blah. Oh,
It's
boy.
like sometimes I get a pretty good like 10-second burst where it's like it matches well with the song. It's a good rhythm and it's like quite balanced to like interesting and also like complex and like simple at parts. But then sometimes like I get too confident and I go I get a bit too stiff, I guess.
I see. No, but I do believe that PCs. People can talk shit about PCs all they like, but I do believe that PCs are bloody just fucking. Oh man, like the thing is with it, if you own a PC, if you're ever bored, you can always fucking go and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna play some games or I'm just gonna watch some TV or whatever the fuck. And it's just easy relief. You don't need to go outside. You don't need to
You
meet
don't need to
human
go
beings.
outside.
You can just relax.
Do that on the internet.
Exactly.
But now you should actually go outside and do stuff.
Possibly,
Please.
but
Possibly.
if you have games and Steam downloaded, you don't need to.
Oh dear.
Variation is key.
Alright, I think I'm gonna jump off as I've got GCSEs to fight for right now.
You what?
I've got assessments and stuff to do.
Oh,
All right.
I haven't
the
got
fight of
assessment,
my
I've got,
education.
like, a tiny bit of homework. But yeah, I think this is.
Yeah, I think it's
this
pretty
has
good.
been an improvement of the last episode. I think there's a lot of rambling,
Yeah, the last
but it's
episode is-
much more of an. We haven't done any games this time. Sorry for the lack of variation, but I couldn't be asked. I was busy trying to make an intro, but like I got a bit bored and I didn't think it was that great. So now I'm just gonna choose a pretty good reggae song.
Before we end though, as we
What?
started, let's end it with this. During this podcast, the Trump thing to keep him out of the UK has gone up 70,000 signatures.
Damn, Daniel. So it's 670,000 roughly now.
Yeah, 670,000.
Damn. Well,
And out we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hang on. What? Do you
I
know what we are?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck.
Yeah.
I've been Sam the Banterman.
I've been Louis. C. S. Go. Multi-millionaire. I have also injured my thumb.
Poor Louis' thumb.
Ripping episode, whatever the fuck. Anyway, last but
The-
not least, our third host.
Oh yeah, and me.
Yeah, exactly. And him.
Thank you all much for watching, and goodbye.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want to do is all